yeah, a little bit of heart there to kick things off on this Freaker Fried Brain Friday, or at least my brain got fried today. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of pleasure and a little bit of pain and a lot of freak going on. Y'all got Grammy Mary here, and I'm sitting in my rocket chair, and I'm not rocking too awful much because I think I got a couple of screws loose. Whee! Yeah, we're going to kick off with that right off the bat. How y'all doing? This is the first Friday of September, or Septembra, however you wish to put that. Let me go see who all is joining here. By the way, if you're listening, if you're not, I'm going to tell you where you can listen, even though you're not listening. I'm going to do that because I'm kind of freaky like that. Yeah, you can listen in on reallibertymedia.com, channel 3, or you can listen in on the RLM radio station .xyz, or RLM, is that what it is, Grim? Hell, I never remember. Also on the RLM TuneIn channel and the RLM internet radio station. And finally, last but not least, because that's the one that records this shit for me, because, you know, I have brain farts and I push buttons. That's not always a good thing. Over on the Real Liberty Media, or RLM Spreaker channel. Yeah, hey there, hi there, ho there. Freaky Friday. Yeah, I am so glad. 3-day weekend too. Woohoo! And circles! Yay! A couple? Who's a couple? Okay. Yeah, I heard it the other night too, B. Okay, I gotta say hey, hi, ho to everybody. Over here on Facebook. Hi there. I see Michael is here, as well as Erica, and the lovely Mary B is over here. Yeah, I'm starting to get a few more people that are checking it out from Facebook, and that's cool. That works for me. Oh, hey, Hobbs, my lovely daughter. I'm going to go pester her this weekend, as a matter of fact. Oh, my God, a milk truck crashed, and there's looters, in other words, kitty cats, lined up along the street going, meow, 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 meow. Do you know that if there is a truck wreck and it's carrying milk, that it is considered a hazardous waste and you have to show up with hazmat suits? I know this because I used to work truck wrecks. So, little known fact for some of you, or maybe some of you already know that, but seriously, milk is a hazardous waste. Obviously, somebody's got some kind of issue. Thank you ever so much, Effin' Barman and RLM Barman, for tweeting me over there on that Twitter land. And let me tell you, I've been doing some harvesting over in Twitter this evening. Haven't been on there for very much, but wow, I found several things to look into. So this could be an interesting, and I'm looking out the window and I see wind. Whee! Yay. Okay, Northwest Kansas wind pretty much goes hand in hand. Okay. Thank you, guys. I would retweet, but okay, maybe I should. There it is. There it is. I'll just do that, and then I'll do that. Thanks, hon. You're so wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I feel like Lawrence Welk. Not. Although I do kind of like the tiny bubbles in the wine. Yeah, I don't drink wine. Okay. Let's see. I'll close that down because I don't want to have too much shit going on. Over on the effing site, let me go take a peek over there because there's some pretty freaking effing people over there. And Gary L., I saw your post that you just made a little bit ago, and I'm going to be going there here in just a skosh. I see Grimmy is over here. I missed Vinny earlier today. Darn it, hon. But today was such a kind of day. Wow. I tell you what, dealing with corporate, there are times when I would love to drop kick them through the goalposts of life, don't you know? But unfortunately, they are way, way far away from me, and my leg just don't reach that far. I'm short, don't you know? Okay, I also see the lovely Mary B is over here on this effing site. Hey there, lady, you're just all over the place. That's cool. And you know what? I met someone. I met a Kiwi today. He's Custom Cutter Crew. and he had a windshield wiper arm that broke off of his whatever vehicle he had, but we would have to order one in order for him to have it. But yeah, and he was talking, and I went, okay, I don't think you're Australian. And he said, I'm not. And I said, you must be New Zealander, huh? And he said, yeah, how can you tell? And I said, I have friends from Australia and New Zealand, and Kiwis don't like to be called Aussies. And he said, you're right. So it's kind of cool. You know, even in little bitty Podunk, USA, yeah, I still get to meet people from all over the place. And that's what's so fun about my job. I really do enjoy what I do for the most part, except for when I have to deal with corporate. Aye. Oh well. Now to those wonderful people that chit chat with me and keep me in line, because yeah, somebody's got to do it. You know, it's a dirty job. Get your rubber gloves, get your hazmat suit, because yeah, I can be quite messy sometimes. Okay, over here in the RLM, which I would go over to UCY and say hi, but I don't want to have too many tabs because, yeah, tin can, kite string, and duct tape. That's my internet. Kiwis are cool. Well, yeah, I love kiwis. They're fuzzy on the outside and green and seedy on the inside. Not that you are, B. I don't know if you're green and seedy on the inside, but I do like kiwis. I really do. Okay. Over here in the RLM, right up top. That's what I said, Grim. You're too slow. Oh, my missionary man, right up top. Hey there, Asthma. How you doing? Are you even listening, or are you sawing logs? I know you work graveyard shift, sweetie. And I know you work over the weekend, so... yeah, although I'm not gonna 3-day weekend, yada yada. Oh yeah, I'll work when I get home. Trust me. I got mowing to catch up on. But hey, my riding mower still works, so it's not too horrible bad. Original kiwis are flightless birds. Oh, so those little fuzzy egg-shaped things that are green and seedy on the inside are kiwi eggs? Oh, Mary B., I'm eating eggs raw then. Holy crap. Okay, god dang it, Grams, quit getting distracted. Okay, I also see the lovely barman here, who is the most splendiferous bot in the whole wide world. Just ask me, I'll tell you, because barman has a plethora of things to pass out for everyone. Such as, oh, there's glyphosate beer. Yeah. As if it's not going to kill your liver, it's going to kill you in other places too. Ain't that just lovely? Thanks for that, Cheryl. Mm-hmm. And yeah, milk. Ugh. I'll get to that in a little bit too, because yeah, things are kind of crazy out here in farmland. I also see the lovely Beth A is here. Are you finally recuperated, sweetheart, from all of your fun and festive activities with the daughter and company and going places? And I don't know what all you did, because I have been so damn busy I haven't even been able to loiter in the chat. That's what really sucks. I can't loiter. I mean, I've actually been working at work. Go figure. I have, in case my boss is listening. I have been working at work. Honest. Okay, I also see Grimner is over here. Grimner is the god of RLM land. Don't make him go kaboom on you. He's also the techno god over on Freedom's Network, where all those effing cool people hang out. Oh, Grimmy, way cool. Thank you ever so much for that. You just the man. Cherry OG Bud, cool. And Tanner's Jack. I've never tried that. I'm not much of a beer drinker, though, so, but I might have to try it. Hey there, Rowdy Roddy Piper. I see you popping in. Don't be body slamming anyone here, okay? Yo, from Kanukistan. I love that. Feet up and greened up. They go, Beth. Okay, back to Moose Girl. Yay! And did you know later on this evening, Grimner and the Mighty Moose Girl will be on with the Freakers Ball, and I may actually stay up to listen to some of it. But I can't stay up too late because I got to hit the road in the morning. And no, it better not hit me back. I will drive carefully. It's those other idiots and assholes out there you got to watch out for. I'm a good driver. I get to back out and drive around in the Kmart parking lot every once in a while. I'm a very good driver. Okay. Yeah, Grimmy and Moose Girl, Freakers Ball. And tonight is Solomon night, isn't it? I feel like Solomon tonight. Solomon tonight. That would be cool. I may have to stay up just long enough to hear Solomon. Because I like listening to Solomon. He's a very intelligent feller. Okay, let's see. Who else is here? The lovely Kate is here. How you doing, sweetheart? How's things down in Texas? Yes, Cheryl, I see squirrel a lot. Oh, look, it's a shiny thing. I also see trust no one is here. And you know, I trust everybody to behave in a manner that is most suiting to their base moral standard. Just when you think you know the answer. You changed the question? See how you are. Oh, just you tonight, Grim, so it's going to be balls to the wall. I got your balls to the wall, man. So, she's festying. Well, okay, who can blame her? It's a long weekend. Go for it, Moosey. Have fun. Okay, Solomon will call in. Cool. Thank you, Grim. Oh. The reptoids are everywhere? Okay, Rowdy, that sounds like it's painful. Ow. Okay, I know what you're talking about too, by the way. Obey. I say, oh yay, obey, consume. Obey. Okay, I also see Chalcedony is here. How you doing, Chalcedony? I saw you dropped out and then had to pop back in. I did actually get to see that earlier. One of my few times where it was like, okay, I just got to get a little bit of a dose of the RLM. And I got a little dose, which was enough to carry me through for a while, but oh, Lord. And you know, okay, I got to tell you this. The guys I work with are so freaking funny. And I have Big Casey and Little Casey, and they're just absolutely hilarious. And those two guys, bless their hearts, Little Casey always works across. See, I have my area that is like a reception type of area. You know, it has half walls. You know, just tall enough I can't jump over and choke your ass. And and then Casey's on the other side. He's on the other side of the parts counter. Little Casey, I should say. And so, you know, he's always looking across at me because I'll be sitting there at my computer and just all of a sudden something will just pop into my head and I'll just sit there and start giggling. It makes him concerned. I don't know why. Or sometimes I'll just kind of look up and just smile. I actually made one of my salesmen quite nervous, and he was leaning on my little divider wall thingy, and I just looked at him and I smiled really, really big, and he walked across that little like 3-foot wide area and leaned against the parts counter and said, "She's kind of scary when she does that, isn't she?" My work here is done. Okay. I also see the lovely Chloe is here. Yeah, I'll bet you really needed to hear that, but I shared anyway because that's kind of the way I roll. Hey, Chloe. How you doing, sweetheart? I also see Ivy Don C is here, which, honey, do you have the red pill? I didn't know that was you. I'm going to have to go over there now. Very interesting. See, I learn something new every day. Sometimes it's just something that's always been out there right in front of my face, and I've just been kind of, you know how kids are looking for their shoes in the morning before it's time to go to school, and those shoes are like 2 feet away from them, and they're looking up at the ceiling going, I can't find my shoes. Yeah, that's kind of, everybody has those moments. And sometimes I may have seen something, but it's like it didn't register. Or it registered, but there was another register. That was the register that was closed at the time. You know, just can't find good help these days in my mind. Moving along. I will go check it out, though, IB Donsi. Honest and for true. I also see Java Doctor 2. The new and improved version is over here. How's that lovely little young'un you got, hun? Is she just doing wonderful, and is she sleeping all night now? Grammy needs to know. These are very important things for Grammys. I also see Juana Taco. You know, I saw something earlier today. Where was that at? Something about, I think it was over in UCY. Something about if there's hard work going on, there is Manuel Labor will be around. It's like, oh, that's cute. You had to see it. I mean, you really had to be there. But I thought that was quite clever, actually. I also see Ragin is here. How you doing, Ragin? Are you Ragin Cajun? If you are, I would like one order of shrimp Creole to go, please. Actually, an order that, I can eat on for like a week. I'll keep it in the fridge so it don't go eek. I also see Rob Works is here, and Grimmy beach to the punch, old Rob. So you're going to have to break out the bubbler about halfway through the show so, in case I start losing steam. Don't you know? And looky there, Solvanor is here. How you doing, Solvanor? I'm sure you're sawing logs, but I'm saying hey there anyway, because you might catch this on the rebound. Well, hey, Flasheroony Head. I know that's you, because you say hey, Miss Mary all the time. I also see Alias is here. How's things down under, darling? And the lovely Circolo, and I have an article for you and Flasheroony here in just a little bit, sweetheart. That will be one of the first things I get to so that you can head off to sleepy time if you need to. Because I understand it is way dark 30 in your neck of the woods. I'm here. Okay, kinda. That's all I'm going to swear to. And looky there, the lovely Mary B. Again, because she's just everywhere. She's just one of those lovely presences that she is a present. She's the gift that keeps on giving. I really do love you, lady. You're so awesome. And P. Bunyan is here. I got to call P. Bunyan sweetie because P. Bunyan thinks he's special when I call him sweetie. Although you are special, honey, but where's your blue ox? Honesty. Looky there, RLM 32810, which is RLM 14. Reduce that down. RLM 5. That's how I'm going to call you. Number 5 is alive. Hey, cool beans. Rowdy Roddy Piper is here, and he's going to do a body slam on anybody that pisses me off tonight. Just saying, because I bribed him ahead of time. Oh, shit, I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? I don't want to know, RLM. That just is a mental image. I need my mental etch-a-sketch. Ouch. The lovely Cheryl is over here. Hey, sweetheart, from UCY.tv. It's so awesome to have you come over here, sweetie. I truly do appreciate it. And I may just try to make it over there at least for one. One more, that's it. Okay? And finally, to round out the crew, the one, the only, actually the only one that's letting me do sound effects this evening, Space Wolf. Ow, I hit my nose. Okay, enough of the silliness. Let's get to it, shall we? Because I do have some very vitally important stuff to share with you. She's raising more than $5 million a week. Wow. That's just the Clinton Foundation who is donating it to her because they're a charitable organization, don't you know? And they can do that kind of stuff. Uh-huh. Okay, this is from FoNews.com or Fox News. Please, lovely Circleine, let me know if this is factual or not, because you never know, from them lamestream media sources. But according to Fox News, residents tear down infamous hashish market in Copenhagen. Copenhagen? That's a fun way of saying it, don't you know? You guys have some really fun words for me to butcher. Did you know that? I'm really good at butchering words, but man, there are some places that have a lot of really fun ones for me to just totally tear apart. Okay, apparently the residents over in Copenhagen, um, it's a semi-autonomous Christiania. Christiania, is that how you say that? It's how I just said it. It's a neighborhood, and they are tearing down the hashish market in the hippie colony after an alleged drug dealer shot two police officers and a bystander. The 25-year-old gunman escaped from the attack but was arrested after a shootout with police. Authorities and his defense lawyer said Friday that he had died from his wounds. So I'm trying to think how that works, because, yeah, that seems to happen a bunch lately. The violence marked an escalation in clashes between police and drug dealers who sell hashish openly in the market. A largely self-governing enclave created when hippies occupied abandoned Navy barracks in 1971. See, that's the original Occupy movement. Or, well, maybe not, because I think maybe the Pilgrims were the first Occupy. They was squatters. Fed up with the violence. Well, okay, they weren't the first either, but I'm not going back that far. I'm not going to impress you with my historic yeah. Moving along. Fed up with the violence, some of Christiana's 600 residents on Friday morning tore down the market stalls used by drug dealers on the neighborhood's infamous Pusher Street. Denmark's TV2 showed people using saws, cordless drills, and crowbars to dismantle the stalls. It is important that we do this today with the wounded police officer in our thoughts. That was from community spokesman Risenga Mangazi. Mangazi? Okay, Rezi. I'm just going to call you Rezi, hun, because that's as much butchering as I'm going to do. Okay? But we cannot guarantee that they won't pop up again. Unfortunately. You know, the reason why pushers are even around is because that shit's illegal. You make it legal, and, okay, yeah, because pharmacists are pushers too, aren't they? And so are docs, for that matter. Though many of the residents there have liberal attitudes towards drugs, they are uncomfortable with the presence of criminal gangs running the hashish trade in the neighborhood, which I would be uncomfortable with that too. Authorities say the gunman, identified as Mesa Hodzik, a Danish national born in Bosnia, opened fire on two police officers as they tried to arrest him late Wednesday. The gunman was also shot a bystander in the leg. One of the officers is in critical condition, while the other and the bystander are stable, police said. Police later shot Hodzik as they confronted him south of Copenhagen, and he was taken to Copenhagen's University Hospital, where he died from his wounds early Friday. So, apparently they're not shoot first and ask questions later kind of cops over there. Do we have a corner on that market over here? I'm just curious. Sure seems like it. Okay, the gangs are not gangs. They are organized against political violence. Thank you, Circle. See, I knew. Freetown. See, I knew that didn't sound right. I knew you guys had called it something else. Freetown. Okay, that works for me. Demon Atrax has showed up. Hey there, Demon Atrax. How you doing this evening, darling? Are you going to be on right after me? I hate to assume because, well, we all know what assuming does, so. Okay, what else is going on? I gotta check this shit out here. Can you still... Okay, can you believe that guy still sends me emails asking for... Oh, really? I get emails like that too, but I got them all... They all go to my spam and get deleted. So, because it's just easier. Although I could go in there and say, would you stop sending that shit? But I found that when I go in and I do the little, oh, originated in Israel. Thank you ever so much, Rob Works. Yes. See, Rob Works has the historical prowess. I just kind of blab on the radio. And yes, Circle, I would imagine that situation is a very sad one, and I'm really enjoying that cool artwork on there. So, in any case, moving along. There you go, Grim. A market on the corner. There you go. All right. Hey, Demon Atrax is going to be on directly following me with Demonic Atrax music. Or Demonized Atrax music. Or he's going to be playing some tunage. How's that sound? That would be cool, Atrax. Way cool. Oh, fueling up the helicopter. Helicopter, helicopter, helicopter. Okay, that's a Rodney Carrington thing. Never mind. I really shouldn't rock my... Because I really do need to turn my chair upside down. And... Because I do. I, honest and for true, have a couple of screws loose. How appropriate is that? I just find it extremely amusing. But then again, I'm weird like that. So, hey. And I like it. I do not suffer from insanity. I enjoy every moment of it. Okay, I'm going to get this shared over here on that effing site. And I will probably... Oh, there. I'll do that one. Grammy, I don't know how many times I tell you this. Probably every show I say it at least once. Oh, crap. And you know what? I put the wrong date in for today's show. I just noticed that. Holy crap. I put in 9-1. It's supposed to be 9-2. See, I told you, Brain Fried Friday. And I can't tell you how many times I did 9-2 today. And I still put 901. Hoy. I'm just a brain farts or us kind of gal today, Grim, apparently. I hope that... No, that's not going to mess nothing up. Because it's not like I'm going to be on again tomorrow night. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'll put this over on Fakey Book as well. Just because. I don't know how many people will be interested in it. But hey, y'all need to see. Oh, hell, I'm dead. Brought back to life with my eyeball gouged out and oozing. What? Okay. My daughter just shared that. You're trapped in the last movie you've watched with the last person you texted. How screwed are you? Okay, last person I texted was Mames. And the last movie I watched. God, what was the last movie I watched? Holy crap, it's been a while. Was it? No. Huh. I'm sure it was a cartoon. Because if I'm actually going to sit down and watch a movie, which pretty much means kick back in the recliner and fall asleep, it's probably a cartoon. It's some kind of animated something. So, Mames and I are in an animated movie. I don't think we're totally screwed, but that's just my perspective. I don't know. That's cool, Hobbs. I also saw a meme earlier today, which, oh man, if I had, like enough time, if I knew I had enough time and could keep them down, right before I die, I would love to swallow a whole bag of unpopped popcorn because, well, cremation and all that fun shit. Won't that be fun? I'd be like a Jiffy Pop bag. Okay, I know I'm sick and wrong, but what the hell? I just think it's funny. I mean, yeah, people would be running and screaming. And I would be sitting somewhere laughing my ass off. So, okay. Got this shared over on Fakey Book. Now I can move along. Where was that? Anyway, there it is. Because I don't like going to those, the corporate lame ass propaganda machine sites. Um. Oh, yay! DHS will take over the elections. I'm so excited! That is true, Demon Atrax. It is almost 15 years. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, AARP. I get that stuff all the time and it really ticks me off. It's like, really? Seriously? I don't want your shit. I'm not crazy about the AARP anyway. America died in 1492. Yeah. Columbus brought over. Okay, maybe he didn't, but I'm sure some of his crew members did. Let's see. Let me check. What's the address of the effing site? It's freedomsnetwork.com. Yeah. All one word. freedomsnetwork.com. Okay. I'm trying to. You never heard of that, Java? In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. And yeah, AARP is a bigger scammer than Jitterbug and Fingerhut and all that other fun shit. And you know what? AARP, them sons of bitches, they also were a big proponent of Obamacare or Obama death care or whatever you want to call that shit. Yeah. They were big supporters of that. Oh, this is good for you. Yeah. Sure it is. Okay. Let me see. Where else did I wish to go? There's a few things. See, I was harvesting this evening. Okay, this is one that I found over on Twitter, and I got to do this because it's like, holy crap, just looking at the picture and I had a sugar high. Got lightheaded, all that fun. Okay, I hadn't started talking yet, so it wasn't because I talked so much and was starving my brain of oxygen, which I tend to do from time to time. This is over on dose.com, DOSE. Fairy Floss ice cream is the most magical dessert yet. Oh, I could think of other desserts that are much more magical. But wow, this is like a mega dose of sugar. Like sugar OD. Put you in a sugar coma. Yeah. It seems like every other week there's another best trend in the food world, which can be extremely overwhelming for our palates. While the must try this treat immediately list is endless, bear with me because this edition is worth it. Okay, according to this writer, not me. It's called Fairy Floss Ice Cream, and it's gracing their Instagram feeds with the fanciest take on ice cream since maybe ever. Actually, I kind of sort of like, churn style make your own ice cream, but that's just me. Instead of settling for just a cone, people are surrounding the frozen treat, excuse me, with another sugary favorite, cotton candy. Can you imagine? Oh my God. And then you look at these creations, although they do look really cool, but they also, my stomach starts going, hey, hey. That's just, wow. That's entirely too much sugar for this old broad. And there's lots and lots of pictures here so that you can check this shit out. But it's like, oh my God, there's no way. No way. I'm just not a sugaraholic, though. Fairy Floss is cotton candy. So, oh, thanks for that, Demon Atrax. Cool. There you go, Cheryl. That is funny. That is funny. A thong for gays. It's rectal floss. San Francisco treat. Oh my God, you guys are just hilarious tonight. I'm just gonna sit back and read your guys' comments because that's so funny. Um, okay, let's see. Grimmy, that one's funny too. Ew. Double bacon cheeseburger on a Krispy Kreme donut bun. That does sound nasty, Rowdy Roddy Piper. It really does. Of course, I don't like Krispy Kreme donuts either. Ack. Entirely too sweet for me. If I'm going to have a donut, I don't want any icing on it. I don't want none of that shit on it. Because I'm a grains kind of... Okay, I get the whole bacon thing, though. Rob Works. Oh, can you imagine using that to floss? Ooh, that would burn. Yes, Flasharoonie head. Oh, alrighty. Flash said it seems there's more to what's going on in Copenhagen than what they're being told. Imagine that. The corporate lamestream media is not sharing. Or the government lamestream media, however you wish to look at this. Okay, I'm going to, I gotta find just the right, because yeah, this is one where, there's no way. Now that I got that fairy floss shared, wow. I'll put it on Fakey Book too. What? Don't give me that shit. Anybody that's on Fakey Book, are you having issues with, let's say, Fakey Book nanny state? I know, that's kind of a stupid question, isn't it? I'm just putting it out there. Okay. Now that I've got that shared, I can close that link because it's like, ew. Okay, I saw this one over on Twitter and I just had to go there. It's from the Gateway Pundit. And, well, it's got one of the most evil, vile people on the planet right there, pictured. Good old Soros himself. George Soros says that Donald Trump will win the popular vote in a landslide. But Clinton's selection as POTUS is a done deal. Yeah, it's a video, basically. But Soros told Bloomberg that Western civilization is doomed and that Donald Trump will win the popular vote in the general election in a landslide. He added that Hillary Clinton's win is already a done deal. Yeah. And then they say, please adhere to our comment, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. In other words, let's be polite. Let's not get out of control. Let's not call people names like butt monkey or anything like that. Although, wow, I best not comment. Because for Georgie Porgy Soros, I would have all kinds of lovely comments for that POS. And that's being kind. So, if you wish to... oh, you didn't say double bacon steroid burger? I'm confirmed for a Soviet spy? Really? Sweet! Oh, man. I don't want donut boogers. That's gross. Although, yeah, of course, I prefer turkey bacon myself. But I have had turkey bacon and donut, but I don't want any icing on it. Because I just don't like icing. I'm not crazy about that. Their God is an asshole. My God's an no, that doesn't have a nice ring to it. I can't sing it like that. I'll have to work out some new words. I'll do that. I'll get to it eventually, maybe. Sonder Commando. Ooh, oh God. I really Oh, I just got a mental image, and it probably wasn't the one you were thinking of, but wow, I really didn't need it. No, I did not. Hi, Terry. Hi, Athos. And Rosie. Or Rosalie, I should say. Yes. Okay. Poop Porter. Oh my God. Did you know my cat has concerns? Actually, both of my cats have concerns. They think their poop is disappearing. They think there's a poop thief. Because they go to check the litter box all the time and it's gone. Where'd it go? It was me. I stole it. And I threw it away before my dog ate it. Okay, Grim. What'd you share for me over here on this lovely effing site? Mom surprises daughter with vomit. Oh. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God. Teen gets a vomit themed birthday cake to commemorate Night of Regret. Oh, I learned not to do that stuff while around my mother because she made me stay up all night and bake cinnamon rolls. And I tell you what, when you're first drunk and then starting to develop the hangover from partying too hardy on slow gin and Dr. Pepper, don't ask me why. It underage drinking, you drink weird shit. Yeah, and you're baking cinnamon rolls and you open that oven and that, which is normally an absolutely awesome aroma, but wow, not when you're hungover. Just saying. Yeah, that happened, well, 40 years ago and I still remember. There are some things that are just burned into the memory. Wow. Okay, there's nothing like a personalized, themed birthday cake to make you feel special. And one mother went above and beyond to make sure her daughter had a cake she would always remember. I love this, Mom. I never thought of stuff like this. I just wasn't quite that inventive, apparently. I thought of other evil things to do. Oh, and this is by basing it on the night she would probably rather forget. Ever since Abby Price came home from a party wasted and spent hours vomiting into the toilet, her mother Sharon had threatened to turn the not-so-pretty picture into her 18th birthday cake. A threat she made good on in the best possible way, and I truly am impressed. Did she make this cake herself? I loved the cake, Abby told the Daily Mail, and I expected the photo to be printed on the cake. So when I saw they actually made a whole figure out of it, I was really impressed. The cake was created by Mackadoodle U at Covington, UK, which is a bakery that specializes in custom-made cakes, and bravo! That is an awesome-looking cake. Although, yeah, wow, that's just fun. It looks like it's got entirely too much icing on. I would peel all of the icing off and give that to someone else, and then I would eat the cake. I'm already sweet enough. I don't need any icing. You're right. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, I gotta share this one on Facebook. Okay, and I did. I spelled it cleaver, not clever. Oh, spelling was not my strong suit. I do it more phonetically, don't you know? That's right, Demon Atrax. I am the poop bandit. Ew, doing hot damn? Oh, God. That sounds nasty. Ew. Jungle juice. Yeah, we used to call that cowboy punch. Schmidt beer. Oh, 151 and prune juice. Oh, God. Oh, you guys, how icky. How absolutely icky. Okay, oh, Flasharoonie is sharing things about the dork table, which I will not be on tomorrow. I will be down visiting my youngest daughter, whom I am not going to. What? 7 years ago, our forefathers, uh, I think that's supposed to be recognized, our God given right to mix burgers and breakfast cakes. Now, I would put a burger on a pancake. I would. That's just funny. Oh, Rowdy Roddy, you're just too funny. Um, oh, Moosey's hitting the road. Be safe, lady. Have fun. I wanna hear all about it unless you have like some kind of an interlude, and then I don't want to hear about that because I'll just be jealous. But you have fun and be safe, sweetheart. I love you. Okay, let's see. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Slow gin. Slow gin is a killer. It truly is. I haven't touched that shit since that night. Wow. That was like our graduation party night. Oh, it was not cool. No. So yeah. And I no longer let my youngest mix my drinks for me either because she has a tendency to like to mix some really 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 strong because she thinks it's funny when I get to where I no longer speak properly. As if I do at any time. Yeah, can you guys really seriously imagine me like on dope or on alcohol and trying to do radio? I am bad enough on natural. Wow. Okay. So, let's see. What's going on here? I need to go to, is this the one or is this the one or where is, oh, I know. There was another one. Wait a minute. Did I finish George Soros? Did I share George Soros? I got to make sure I shared George Soros. Let me look over here. I make sure I got it over on Effin. Hi, laddie. How you doing, sweetheart? I did. I shared him on the Effin site. Okay, that's all I needed to know. I can close that ugly, fugly bastard's page then, because ew. Oh no, I probably ought to put this over on Facebook. Because I have an awful lot of people on Fakeybook that still think that, yeah, um, I'm sorry. My brother Joey just shared something. It's got the Joker from the Batman thing. And it says, you want to know how I got these scars? You know those push-up popsicles, the plastic tube ones? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how. I still can't eat one of those things without cutting the corner of my mouth. I'm like tarted like that. Oh, how funny. Of course, I like buying the jumbo ones, but I got to see if I put Soros over here on Fakeybook because I have lots of people that really need, no, I didn't. They really need to see this. Or who my grandkids, hon? I don't know. Kids crash car trying to it might, where's it at? Let me check. Um, oh, okay. There. I got to put Georgie Porgy Soros over here on Fakey Book. Now, let me see. What is this, Grim? Because it could quite possibly be, because I could see my grandson, my youngest grandson, definitely doing that. I don't know if my... Nope, wrong car. Federal Way, Washington. No, no. 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. No, my grandkids are older than that. Um, and they don't live in Washington State. But yeah, they would probably try that. Probably would. Crazy, crazy kids. Apparently, 2 children, apparently eager to see their grandma, took the family car and crashed into another vehicle in Washington State. I'm wondering if one of them worked the pedals while the other did the steering wheel, because, you know, growing up, we had a tendency to do that. We grew up, everybody learned how to drive in a Dodge Dart. You know, the one with the little slide and the push button? Ah, way cool. Those are fond memories. We could start it with a butter knife. That was a cool car. Yeah, and I can't say all of us learned to drive in that thing, but a bunch of us did. Oh well, luckily no one was hurt after the 3-year-old and 5-year-old drove into an intersection and T-boned another vehicle. The Federal Way Police Department did post pictures of the crash. I hope to God they didn't arrest those 2 young'uns. I hope they had somewhat of a sense of humor when it comes to that. That is funny, Grim. That is funny. And thankfully no one was hurt. But yeah, I could see my grands doing that. I may just have to tag my daughter on that. Let's see. She'll go, "Oh my God, Mom, don't give them any ideas," which, yeah. Few more years and my granddaughter will be driving anyway. Hey, Catherine, how are you doing, sweetheart? Oh, Catherine likes the birthday cake. Honey, you've got daughters coming up. Remember this, okay? Because, yeah, it's going to happen. Odds are. Okay, I can close that fugly Soros now, because he is just fugly. Let's see. Not close that one. Okay, I'm going to get to this one that Gary L. shared over on that effin site. It's from Garyland GGS BOO. It's a WordPress.com, and it's Control of Communicable Diseases, a proposed rule by the Health and Human Services Department, which that is what the pharmaceutical industry is already. This is actually the road less traveled. Thank you ever so much, Gary L., for this. Yeah. Pharmacists are not in the healthcare profession anymore. They are in the dis-ease management. When your body develops a dis-ease that your immune system is having trouble dealing with, they are going to manage it in a manner that is most profitable for them and, hey, as a bonus round, quite painful for you. Ain't it great? I love it when the side effects are more hazardous, more dangerous than the actual dis-ease they are trying to cure. So they say. So here's a perfect example of a notice of proposed rulemaking and request for public comment as required under the Administrative Procedures Act. Oh, as if they're going to pay attention to any of that shit. Why? Because they're government and they don't have laws only apply to underlings. This is one of a 2-month comment period. Beyond the fact that is a legal requirement for the agency to publish this solicitation for public comment Is it important to us? Yes, Gary, it is. It's hugely important. Oh, and Gigi Booze? Oh, okay. Thank you, Grammy, for that. I knew it was Gary L. I didn't know it was him and. Oh, thank you, hon. It is hugely important. Firstly, it makes for a permanent public record of the submitted comments, which the agency is required to consider and address in its final rule. And secondly, the proper issuance of comment gives the commenter legal standing to challenge the final rule with an action of injunctive relief against its implementation. Sounds like Gary knows what he's talking about. Without this comment, it is likely that any attempt at such action would be summarily dismissed for a lack of standing by the petitioner. As one can see, even submitting a proper comment is a significant investment of time, not to mention the necessary effort and insight to decode the actual meanings of the proposed rules. And this is one of the ways we as the people are simply overwhelmed by this occupying monster we call government. I prefer to call them squatters. They squat on us, and that's part of that whole trickle-down theory, don't you know? Yippee-yi-yay. I've highlighted some of the areas of interest and potential targets of comment. Some are more important than others, but they're all important. I'm afraid you'll have to search and read the complete areas highlighted for the complete understanding of the section in question. The entire posting is found at the hyperlink below. And he has in parentheses, Control F is your friend. Oh, Gary, now see, you're expecting me to push two buttons at the same time. Sometimes that's not a good thing for me. Just putting that out there. So, apprehension. HHS/CDC requests public comment concerning the expected apprehension period, no longer than 72 hours, and whether there are any public concerns with the absence of a specific maximum apprehension period in the regulation. Apprehension. I know what I think apprehension means. Like, do you get their drift? Do you understand? Or have they apprehended you? Couple of meanings there. You're going to make me really think on this, aren't you, Gary L? Electronic or internet-based monitoring. Oh, yippee skippy. HHS/CDC specifically solicits comment regarding whether this proposed definition is sufficiently broad to apply to any new or existing technologies that would allow for the public health supervision and monitoring of an individual under a conditional release order. I'm starting to see what apprehension means. HHS/CDC also solicits comment regarding whether the proposed definition raises any privacy implications for an individual who is reasonably believed to be infected with a quarantinable, communicable disease and who is subject to a conditional release order. We'll release you on condition that you go and sneeze on as much of the population as possible because Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Indigent. CDC specifically requests public comment on whether the use of this standard definition is an appropriate threshold to determine whether an individual cannot afford representation and therefore should be appointed a medical representative at the government's expense, aka your tax dollars at work. Yippee-yi-yay, cow patty. Non-invasive. Well, if the government were to truly be non-invasive, it would not exist. But let's see what Gary L. has here, shall we? HHS/CDC specifically requests comment concerning the definition, including whether the definition aligns with common perceptions of what constitutes non-invasive procedures that may be conducted outside of a traditional clinical setting. Whew. Wow, that hurts my brain cells. Hi. Public health emergency. Dot, 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 dot. See? Problem solution reaction. However, it doesn't matter. They come up with all of that shit. And then they go, here I come to save the day. Apparently, the HHS CDC specifically requests public comment on this definition and its utility in identifying communicable diseases that would be likely to cause a public health emergency if transmitted to other individuals under 42 U.S.C. 264 parentheses small d parentheses 2 parentheses capital B dot. Oh, excuse me, that's a period. I'm on my period. Do you mind? No, I'm not. I don't have to worry about that shit no more. Wow. So, they would like to know, would it be likely to cause a public health emergency? Well, I'm wondering what your definition of likely is, because y'all have very broad definitions sometimes. And I'm not talking broad as in axe handle broad. Never mind. Reasonably believed to be infected as applied to individuals. Reasonably believed. In other words, you're looking somewhat ill. I think we will quarantine your ass. Reasonably believed. I'm starting to feel a little bit of a butt pucker. I don't know about the rest of you. HHS/CDC specifically solicits public comment regarding this definition. In particular, whether the definition aligns with established public health practice regarding the handling of individuals exposed to or infected with communicable diseases. There's all kinds of things fall underneath that communicable diseases kind of thing. You know, kind of like that old saying, which I actually still have the t-shirt, that says, love spreads germs, quick make me sick. That wasn't so funny when the clap really started making the rounds, but I thought it was amusing, and therefore I made the t-shirt. Used to do that a lot. Okay. 2 special swirly S's. 70.5. Requirements relating to travelers under a federal order of isolation, quarantine, or conditional release. Oh boy, here we go. This is importante. HHS/CDC recognizes that the right to engage in travel within the United States is a privilege of national citizenship. It is not a privilege. It is a right. It cannot be a right and a privilege. It's one or the other, and it is a right. Excuse me. Wow. Tangent. Yeah. Privilege of national citizenship protected by the Privileges and Immunities Clause of the U.S. Constitution, which privileges and immunity, blah, 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 blah. It is a right. You have a right to free travel. Fugly heads. As well as an aspect of liberty protected by the Due Process Clause of the 5th and 14th Amendments. See? See Jones versus Helms, 452 U.S. 412, 418, both are from apparently 1981. However, this right is not unqualified, and travel restrictions based on the threat posed by communicable diseases are valid. So, if you have a sniffle, if you have a cold, even if it's just allergies, someone might reasonably suspect that you are infectable or infected, or you can be communicable, or you can, one of them bull things. The right to travel within the United States is, of course, also constitutionally protected, but That freedom does not mean that areas ravaged by flood, fire, or pestilence cannot be quarantined when it can be demonstrated that unlimited travel to the area would directly and materially interfere with the safety and welfare of the area or the nation as a whole. Yippee. Furthermore, HHS/CDC will afford individuals subject to these travel restrictions with adequate due process through the previously mentioned written appeals process, if you can wade through all the legalese gobbledygook. Muy importante. CDC specifically requests public comment on this provision. In particular, HHS/CDC requests comment on whether stakeholders have concerns regarding the requirement imposed on conveyance operators to not knowingly transport individuals under a federal order and the feasibility of this requirement, which most of the shit you guys do is not feasible. And yet, you still take money out of my pocket to do it. Because if such a thing could be, it would be, and we're going to do a feasibility study that's probably going to last several years, but still, we need your money. HHS/CDC also requests public comment on the application of this provision to individuals under state/local order, as well as individuals traveling entirely within a state. I'm traveling here, I'm traveling there, I'm traveling here, I'm traveling there. Gary L., honey, I truly do appreciate all this fun stuff, but my brain is just, it started the evening off fried, and so I'm just going to go ahead and share this in the RLM chat and let others finish perusing it themselves because, wow. You know, I can only take so much legalese gobbledygook before I want to, like, brain fry. Worse. Oh my God. Go on, RLM. Your RLM is hoping Hill Dog gets a dose of voter vagina. Oh, thank you, RLM 32810. Federal law applies to federal employees. So there, bada bing, bada boom. And I understand what the whole Gigi Boo is. So, there you go. See you later, Rowdy Roddy Piper. Thanks for joining in. I know you already left, but thanks for joining in, sweetheart. Comprehension, not apprehension. Oh, see? Okay, maybe apprehension is being tentative or fearful. There, that just popped into my head. It's a big word. What do you expect? And yes, Demonatrax, operating under the color of law is a felony. And so I think we should take their crayons away. Just saying. Because, you know, it's for the good of all. If we take away their crayons... Oh... I know it is. It's designed to turn you away, Gary L. And I will go check. That's why I haven't closed that link, but I'm sharing it because it's like, whoo, reading that. Okay, I have trouble reading the way it is because I really have a comprehension issue. I know that shocks you guys. And then reading out loud and then reading really big governmental bureaucratic bullshit stuff out loud is really rather difficult for me sometimes. And so, and yeah, I've read an awful lot of that crap when I was on city council. Every other week, I got a packet full of that crap. So yeah, I've gotten very good at reading the legalese governmental gobbledygook. And it's not fun to read out loud. It doesn't make for a very entertaining bedtime story. Just saying. So... But I will go and check that out. And I will share it over on Fakeybook as well. Because people need to read this shit. Just because I didn't make it through it on the radio doesn't mean I'm not going to finish it. It'll be later, when I have time to kick my feet up and go, sons a bitch. Okay. You're welcome, Gary L. Thank you for posting it, actually. Because if you don't post it, I don't see it, and then it doesn't get put out there so that everybody knows that, yeah, they're doing shit behind your back and in front of your back as well. I just hope I didn't butcher it too bad for you, Gary, because I do have a tendency. Just saying. Okay. This is one I believe Rob Works shared. And I believe it was over on that effin' site. Oh, and speaking of that effin' site, I see you, artist formerly known as Flash. Don't be so shocked. I know, it's a rather shocking experience, isn't it? Oh my God. I listened to a video the other day, and now I occasionally get just a wee bit self-conscious. Okay, I think about it at least. It pops into my brain. I'm not self-conscious because it's like, really? Seriously? This is, yeah. But they were talking about, the evils of the music industry, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And they were talking about how some of these musicians use, different accents, different voices, different personalities. And I got to thinking, holy shit balls. I do that on the radio a lot. So, does that mean I'm messed in the head? Okay, more than the average person? Don't answer that. That's a rhetorical question. I'm comfortable in my own little insanity. Thank you very much. But, that was one of those things where I thought, oh, wow. Am I really kind of... Because I know, everybody has a dysfunctional childhood, some more than others. And I had some times that were, but nowhere near like any of those people growing up. And yeah, but for the grace of God, go I, if there is one. In any case, this is one that Rob Works shared, and it's serious shit. No more playing around. Deputy involved in Natasha McKenna's tasing death kills again. Apparently, Fairfax County has taken its status as sanctuary county for killer cops to the next level. One of the 6 sheriff's deputies cleared in the brutal tasing death of Natasha McKenna has killed a second person with mental illness. Deputy Patrick McPartlin has killed someone the last 2 years in a row. On August the 15th, Giovanni Martinez, listed as Giovanni Martinez in some reports, had been walking along Little River Turnpike and, feeling desperate, approached a Fairfax County Police Department squad car and rapped on the window. Martinez told the officer that he wanted to take pills and die. Okay, wow. The Washington Post article relates the sequence of events between Martinez's first exchange with the FCPD officer and his staff. The officer called first responders, who evaluated Martinez and decided he needed to be taken to the hospital. Police said the officer also went to the hospital to ensure that Inova could do a mental evaluation of Martinez in case he needed to be taken to a local crisis center. Martinez was discharged later that night for reasons the hospital has not disclosed. Imagine that. And hospital security escorted him to a bus stop on the Inova campus in Falls Church. A short time later, police said hospital guards responded to a call about a suspicious man at the bus stop. Ding, ding, ding. Police said Martinez hit one of the security guards with a metal signpost. Lee sheet balls. Just before 10 p.m., hospital security called the county's 911 line to report a person at the bus stop with a bladed weapon. Okay, a sign could technically be called a bladed weapon, apparently. A Fairfax County Sheriff's deputy who was at the hospital guarding a patient from the jail heard the 911 radio traffic and went to the stop before Fairfax police officers arrived. Martinez charged the deputy, whose name has not been released, and swung the signpost at him. The deputy retreated and ordered Martinez to drop it. When Martinez continued to approach, the deputy opened fire several times, striking Martinez. Martinez later died of his injuries. For 19 months, Fairfax Sheriff Stacy Kincaid has resisted calls to terminate Deputy Patrick McPartlin and other deputies who participated in McKenna's fatal cell extraction. That occurred on February the 3rd of 2015, which was captured on a video that is so horrific that it's been referred to as a snuff film. Oh, good Lord. They really are. Some of these videos I just cannot watch because they are so freaking barbaric. And I can't. While McPartlin has been allowed to continue collecting his nearly $90,000 annual salary, the final tally for what the first death will cost, the first death he caused will cost taxpayers, has not yet been settled. A $15.3 million lawsuit has been filed against Kincaid and her deputies back in June, and chances are good the settlement will break the Virginia record set by the $2.95 million one Fairfax County paid in the John Gear case. What we do know is that Deputy McPartlin has the highest cost of any law enforcement officer in the county, both in terms of potential settlements and lives lost. We also know it's not uncommon for law enforcement officers to be involved in multiple deaths of citizens. According to the Washington Post report, 55 officers who killed people during 2015 had previously shot and killed people. For a handful of officers, it was their third fatal shooting. And for one officer, it was his fourth. You know, if you did not have that shiny badge, you would either be behind bars for life or be sitting on death row with those kind of statistics. You would be considered a serial killer. And so, what is his preferred victim type? Oh, John Q. Public and Jane Q. Public. So, will lightning strike a third time with Deputy McPartlin in 2017? Or will the county finally decide to do its best to part company with this double liability? For now, the deputy remains on paid administrative leave once again. And you know, there was another article shared today over on Fakey Book about Joey. And they had a humantolopes. Okay, I see. There you go. Yeah, he wants a trophy wall. Yeehaw. Let me just go to this link. The Wichita stations, all of the Wichita stations are picking it up now, and they are following what's going on. There is a video attached to this, and there's a couple of local kids. I call them kids because, well, they went to school with my children. And even though they're grown up and have children of their own, just like mine do, you know, they're still kids to me. But this is from cake.com. Parents thank supporters after autistic son shot and killed by Hayes officer. The parents of the man with autism who was shot and killed by a Hayes police officer last month have issued a statement thanking supporters. The shooting happened August the 18th. Hays police said in a news release that Joey Weber, 36, was involved in a chase that was shot after allegedly ignoring an officer's commands. We are devastated by the death of our precious Joey. We want to thank all of those who have given us so much love and support over the past 2 weeks. It has provided comfort during this difficult time. Please continue to hold us in your thoughts and prayers. We do ask for privacy as we continue to grieve, which everybody is, people are showing up with food because, well, that's what you do, but yeah. People are leaving them be, unless they ask for something, because that's kind of the way we work out here. You don't barge in. So, from the previous story, and it does say the KBI continues to investigate the shooting. But as the sun sets on a quiet rural town, there is one block remaining silent. In hopes of bringing awareness to the death of their friend and loved one, Joey Weber was shot and killed by a Hays police officer on August the 18th after a traffic stop. Joey was autistic, and his death has led those who knew Joey to question how this could have happened. The Hays Police Department is under investigation by the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, and during the investigation, no details are being released, which is part of the reason that those who knew and loved Joey say they are so concerned. It's tough. We just want some answers. We want to know why, and that's the big thing. We want to know why. And that's from Michael, who was a former classmate. Dwayne and Devin Dinkle grew up with Joey in Oakley, and they're more invested in the Justice for Joey movement than perhaps anyone, which yes they are, and their boys are adorable. Their twin sons also have autism. The Dinkles say that they're heartbroken because they saw Joey as an inspiration for their sons. Someone with autism who was living a life on their own. The accomplished things that any parent with special needs hopes for. He lived independently of his family. He moved away from home. He had a steady job, and he had a great social group of friends. That's the Joey that we want everyone to know. Sorry. I still have a tough time with this. He was a good kid. And this is bullshit. And the only silver lining I'm seeing out of this is I'm seeing not just a community, but a big section of the state is coming together and pushing for something to be done, for something right to be done. And I don't think people are going to forget this one. Oh, wow. Thanks, Circles. Oh. I'll get my composure here in a sec. Wow. I had another article, but I'm just not going to go to it because, wow, that one was a toughie. Okay. Let's see. Joey was fun-loving, so I need to find something fun. Something that Joey would have giggled over. Which pretty much involves like dinosaurs or stars or... Let's see. Excuse me. Hey there, Lisa B. Oh, cool. I'm going to have to check that out later. I'm going to go to UPI because I need some silly. If for nothing else, for Joey, I need some silly. So. Alrighty, this is a double dose of silly. I'm going to really enjoy this one, I think. Excuse me. Now I got a running nose. Yikes. As if you guys really need to hear that shit as well. Okay. From UPI.com. Hawk knocks Florida man's drone out of the sky. Booyah! Good job, Hawk. Now, see, Joey would have enjoyed this. Joey would have been fascinated by the hawk and the drone. He probably would have built drones if he had the supplies. I'm sure he could have. A Florida man taking his camera drone out for a spin ended up recording the moment a hawk swooped in to knock his quadcopter out of the sky. The video posted to YouTube by user Moose Tang. Hey, Moosey, that's almost like you. Shows the drone's perspective of its takeoff in the man's yard and for an initial uneventful flight. The drone's flight turns to disaster when it catches the attention of a territorial hawk and is knocked out of the sky. It was bound to happen eventually, the video's description reads. My neighbor came out of nowhere and attacked my quadcopter. He's been very vocal about the noise and the violation of his airspace. And hawks are pretty fast. Pretty sure he was uninjured. I armed it to keep him from flying off with it, and he was standing a few feet back with his wings spread when I got there. He said his drone took some minor damage from the encounter, and there is a video attached to it, so yay. How funny is that? I need a hawk out here, because, yeah, I told you the other day, our police department was playing with a drone. Actually, police and county. And it's like, really? Oh. Oh, Grim, that is funny. Is candidate honest and trustworthy? Cthulhu, 63% yes, 35% no. Hillary Clinton, 31% yes, 59% no. Donald Trump, 31% yes, 61% no. That's hilarious. And you know, I wonder how many people would be rooting for the asteroid as opposed to either Shitlery or Trumpelstiltskin. Oh, how funny. Just too funny. Did you put that over here on... Oh, I didn't finish sharing this one. Oop. There we go. Get that shared so I can share Grimmy's little... I don't know if you shared it over here on the effing site, Grimmy, but I'm sharing it again. Because I think that's freaking hilarious. So, there you go. We'll do the party guy. And then I'm going to put it over here on Fakeybook because that's just freaking hilarious. And they need to see this. People need to see that even destroyer gods are more trusted than Shitlery and Trumpelstiltskin. So, what? Oh, good one, Mark. Okay. Where are you eating that? Let me see. What all's going on here? Gitmo! Yay! Obama Biden 2016. Which Obama? And which Biden? Oh God, can you imagine if if the first lady and oh, that's right. Yeah, he closed Gitmo in 2008. They just haven't moved anything out yet. You know, it is so hard moving and they don't have anywhere to go to. It sucks. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to go to the pig. Seeing as how I'm totally off day-wise and all that other fun shit. I am going to go ahead and share this link. I was going to cover it, but I just, no, it's a bit rough for this old broad. I saw it on Twitter, but I just can't go there right now. And it's from the Daily Mail. Muslim refugee 20 who raped a boy 10 in his Sydney home says what he did is not a crime because it's acceptable in his homeland. And unfortunately, I do have a couple of nephews that were over there during the Iraq War, and they said, yeah, that does happen. A lot. So, not necessarily a pretty thing, but I can't cover that one tonight. I'll share it, but I ain't gonna read it. Wow. Time is almost done. Holy smokes. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, and my phone just went off. What the hell? Okay. I got to go to the pig. I got to check out the pig. And then I have one that I have had it open for quite some time, and I just keep forgetting to go to it. And all I've read is the title to it, and I keep thinking I'm going to go there just because I want to see what the hell they're talking about. But then I keep spazzing it off or going elsewhere, you know, because, well, oh, look, a chicken. So, let's go check out the pig, shall we? Oh, deed! AC/DC. All right. Back to school days over on the pig. Deflation. It is a hormone-nuking numbness in the nads. It ensues after you discover that blonde goddess you've been betting is a man who was transformed by the world's greatest sex change operation. Ew. Ew. No, I'm not going to go there. Okay, this date in history. September the 2nd, 1666. Demon numbers, demon numbers. Eager but clueless, some pyromaniac city minions tries his hand at urban renewal. Later called the Great Fire of London, the ensuing inferno burned for 3 days, destroying 10,000 buildings, including St. Paul's Cathedral. And yet they rebuilt. Some people just never learn, do they? This date in history, 1930. Sedentary humans ride first nonstop Europe to U.S. plane flight. 37 hours. Holy moly. I can't hold it that long. Nope. Oy. And I'm sure the bathroom facilities way back then. Wow. Yeah. No. And finally, this date in history, 1944. Navy bomber piloted by George H.W. Bush, or Bush 41. Got hobbled with your lab. Oh, I understand that, sweetie. Okay. Navy bomber piloted by George H.W. Bush, or Bush 41, hit by Japanese anti-aircraft, setting the engine on fire. Bush and the 2 crew members bail out over the ocean. One of the crew's parachute fails to open. Bush and the other crewmen are rescued by a submarine, and the man, deemed as a wimp by the mainstream media, flew 52 combat missions, earning the Distinguished Flying Cross and 3 air medals. Okay. Thanks for that little tidbit of history there, Hambo and Porcus. Mm. I still don't like the dirty sons of bitch. Just saying. Okay, I'm going to go back to Oopie, and then I think I may go check out Fark. Because, well, I gotta say an F word. Fark, 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 fark. What? Okay, I gotta go here. Apparently, Montreal doesn't want to be outdone. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. An opposition party poo-poos giant dog do sculpture on Montreal bus shelter. How funny. You guys are so artistic and creative, and that really does look very creative. Oh, the rape occurred in Sydney? Thank you very much, Chloe. Ah. Okay, so apparently opposition leaders in the Canadian city are poo-pooing the city's decision to top a bus shelter with a giant dog poop sculpture, complete with oversized flies, which I think it's really quite fun. And what is that beside it? That looks pretty nasty itself. Project Montreal, a municipal political party in the Quebec City, said that the Dorchester Square bus shelter sculpture, which is designed to remind pet owners to clean up their dog poo, pushes the limits of good taste. Who said you had to? Okay, we're talking about shit here. There is no such thing as good taste when you're talking about shit. Even when Mickey D's in Japan does a McShit burger, there is no such thing as good taste and shit do not belong in the same sentence. What part of that do you not understand in Kanakistan? Duh. I feel this misses the mark. They want to shock, and they did shock, said City Councillor Craig Sauvé, who is a Project Montreal member, and they told this to CBC News. How will this appear to tourists? Why is it in front of a historic park we just renovated? Because it's a historic park, and do you really want to be stepping in dog dew all over the place? What better way to bring people's attention to the fact that dogs walk here and possibly poo here? And we've asked people to pick up the poo, but there are some people that don't pick up the poo. There are people that don't pee-pee poo. Police a poo. Or PT poo. There you go. PTP. Police a poo. If I'm walking in public, I police a poo. In my yard, you're taking your feet into your own hands. Because my puppies leave landmines. You just need to watch. Because when I mow, I bag it, and I get most of it, but you still go check your feet. Because I have 2 dogs. As part of my security system, don't you know? The city said the sculpture, which includes giant flies circling the faux feces, is part of a, oh wow, $540,000 cleanliness campaign that also includes billboards, street performances, and videos. Do you have instructional videos of showing people how to pick up the poo? Every year we do the same campaign with traditional communications, says Annie Sampson, a member of the city's executive committee. And this year we decided to go further and make it more punchy, which, yeah. Sampson said the sculpture is meant to be attention grabbing, which, yeah, I find it quite amusing. It's a way to sensitize people, and this is what happens when you litter. We need people to react and make the city cleaner. Okay, dog poop is not litter. It is a natural occurrence, and yet it is not fun to step in. And in a public area, yes, I understand policing your poo. Is that what that pile is off to the side? Is that a pile of poo? Wow. It's black and green poo piles. I'll just go ahead and share this. That's rather interesting. And I don't think I would want to use that bus stop. Don't you know? Later, RLM 32810. I know you fell out already. I'm sorry. Oh, Hillary's. Well, I know Hillary needs to use some fairy floss because the last time I saw, she has a problem with anal leakage. Yeah. And I am the poo police. Thank you, Circles. You have a wonderful night's sleep, sweetie, and have an awesome weekend. And I know I will. Or I plan on it at least. Let's put it that way. Okay, let me put the pooey pile over here on this effing site. Because it's just funny. And I only have 15 minutes left to go. Wow, time flies when you're talking poo. You know when you're just shooting the shit. Oh, goodness. And there goes my phone again. Yeehaw. I will get it after. And I'll do a poopy pile over here on Fakey Book too, just because we do need poopy piles. Especially at bus stops, don't you know? I've seen some more disgusting things at bus stops than poopy piles, though. Don't ask me to go, because, wow. Ack. Although there were a couple of times I said, get a room. But okay. Now, let's see. I think I'm going to go to Fark. No, I won't. I'll go here because I'm just about out of time. Okay, this is from truththeory.com. I keep skipping over it because something else keeps grabbing my eye, but I'm going to do this. It's dated from July the 2nd of this year. Loners are some of the most intellectual and loyal people you'll ever meet. Now, I do know a few loners, but I don't know that many because, well, they're loners. Duh. And they are quite intelligent. Most of them are. I know a couple that it's like, dude, you just go be a loner all by your lonesome, okay? So, in fact, their intelligence makes them capable of being content in solitude. I get that. That's why I grow weary of all of the negative talk about those who wish to enjoy time alone, away from the multitude, which I really do enjoy my time away from the multitude. Being a loner doesn't mean something is wrong with you. If you think this way, you're wrong. It's not my opinion, it's fact. You didn't write the alphabet and you didn't make the rules. There are many ingredients in the soup. So let me sort this out for you. I believe a little, snatching up and rearranging is due. Well, this could get interesting. First off, I'm not attacking anyone. I'm standing up for the little man. The one in the dark corner and the one who's been bullied far too long. In fact, I would love to help you get to know the loner, the introvert, the confidant, and the quiet intellectual. Hopefully, you are no longer offended and maybe even a little curious about the loner. First, I need to clear something up. There are two types of loners. The loner isn't always an introvert, actually. Sometimes the loner has a perfect ability to make friends, socialize, and even gets loads of attention. It's just that they prefer to be alone. Excuse me. They have friends, too. Loners have the ability to make top-notch friends. because they choose to choose carefully. Their friends are usually in a small group as well. Extroverted loners are picky about their time, selfish even, meaning that they love to learn about themselves and continually learn things about life as well. And no, that doesn't mean that they are self-absorbed. I'm not positive because I'm a rather introverted loner, but extroverted loners probably don't have time for small talk either. Maybe they do. I don't know. Some people simply have a low need for affiliation. On the flip side, the introverted loner is a little different. They have issues like large crowds of people. It's not just a choice. Introverts feel safer alone. There is no risk of social awkwardness or rejection. Although they might choose animal friends over human counterparts, as many of us do, introverted loners still care. They are intelligent and find ways to socialize a bit through online communications rather than events or concerts, which can be devastating to their peace of mind. Some think that being an introverted loner is unhealthy. They feel that enforced alone time is close to anxiety. I can understand this personally, as I have endured panic attacks when experiencing the chaotic environment of an amusement park. This is because introverts can be victims of stimulus overload. Oh, good Lord, I understand that whole thing. Introverted loners need more time for meditation and pampering the senses. So I hope this helps both you and me, because there are so many reasons, to be honest, as to why someone would choose more alone time. It could be heredity or desire for privacy, or even the result of not having many friends as a child. And don't forget, being a loner is not the same thing as being lonely. I, for one, spent an entire year as a single mom with joint custody. I missed my children when they were away, but it was not because I was alone. The weeks that I was by myself, I met myself. I got to know who I was and what I liked about myself. This was invaluable time that I used to learn that I needed no one to tell me who I was or how I should feel. I spent time with me, and I found some solid foundation on which to stand my ground as needed. I embraced being a loner. Loners are some of the most intellectual and loyal people you'll ever meet. They can also be dangerous. So, why, you ask? Because they already know what they are capable of, and they no longer have to pretend. Knowledge to the loner is not intimidating. It is simply another opportunity to realize the strength of solitude. Never look down on a loner. And loners never look down on social butterflies either. It's better if we work together and appreciate our differences. That's where true intelligence and loyalty lies. Well, that was pretty interesting. Thank you ever so much, Truth Theory, for sharing that. And I kind of sort of fall into both of those camps. I can be a social butterfly when the time is appropriate. Hey there, Opie. How you doing, sweetheart? And I can also be quite the loner. As a matter of fact, that's part of why I like it where I'm at. Because I can spend all day out in my yard with just my puppies, working in the yard, and just processing in my mind. And it's wonderful. It's awesome. I love it. And there is that too, Rob Works. There are some people that just flat ass suck. So, yeah. or at least suck to be around. You know, but those are the people that I look at them and I go, thank you. Thank you for giving me that taste of what it's, now I've experienced that, and okay, I'm good now. I no longer need to be around you. I have experienced you and I'm done now. I'm going to move along. This is one of those little lessons that I learned quickly and move along. There are people like that. I appreciate them being here because a lot of times those people are a life lesson for a lot of people. Just like I'm sure I'm a life lesson for a lot of people in the fact that she goes off on tangent from time to time. You should be afraid when she does. It's all good though. I enjoy it. Or that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, Grimmy, what is this one? Okay, my best friend died texting while driving. This was the last text she sent before crashing. I have information that will lead to Hillary's arrest. Oh my God. Well, yeah. She was Arkansided. I think. Maybe. Possibly. Yeah, that happens a lot, don't it, Grim? Oh well. I am just about out of time, and I don't want to run over into Demon Atrax's time. So, y'all been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on this Freaker Friday, or for me, my case, Brain Fried Freaker Friday. And be sure to stick around because Demon Atrax will be coming up right after me with some demonic Atraxy tunage to keep you entertained until Grimmy shows up with the balls to the wall, which is always entertaining, and Solomon will be calling in this evening, and that's always informative and insightful. So y'all be sure to stick around because there's lots of stuff going on over here in RLM. Also tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, Solvanor with the Solvanor event will be on over on ucy.tv. Be sure to go and check him out. He's always very informative. And directly following Solvanor over here on RLM will be the Dork Table with Flasharoonie Dork, and maybe Vinny Dork is going to help him out. I'm not sure, but I will not be here. I'm going to be on the road again, going to see my mom and going to see my youngest daughter. So I'm going to go and play. I'm also, unfortunately, going to miss out on Kira with the Bridge tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock Eastern Time in the afternoon. 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, Bo Diddy, is he going to be on tomorrow evening at 8 p.m.? I don't know, but I hope so. And then, Sunday, Grimner at noon Eastern Time will be on with the blues, leading you into Hal Anthony and opening up a big ol' honking can of whoop ass on all y'all. So, I will be back next week Wednesday, same wackadoodle time, same wackadoodle rocket chair, pretty much same wackadoodle Grammy doodle. But until then, y'all have an absolutely amazing weekend. And please be safe, those of you that are getting out on the road. And don't get sunburned. Don't fish too much. Don't consume too much bank bait. I know how that stuff works. And I'm going to do a little closer here for y'all. Just because it is the weekend and I want it. So,